Alright everybody, we're back. This is part 2 of Leave Obama Alone on the show. So now we're going to shift things a little bit and we're going to talk about who left office and who left a mess that we're dealing with now that everybody wants to conveniently forget. George Bush. I don't even have to say his name. You already know who it is. George Bush. You know, I mean, let's talk about Bush for a minute in comparison to Obama. We was talking during the break, and Kim brought up the fact that every time a natural disaster hit the United States last year, Obama cut short anything that he was doing with his family to go see about the victims in that particular area. And
personally went to the area that was majorly affected. Each area, not just outside of the area or flew over the area. He actually went there, and not only just in the United States. We're talking about the tornadoes, but not only just the tornadoes. We're speaking about even with the earthquakes that happened in Japan and Haiti and stuff like that. He still, you know, reached out to those separate companies. I'm sorry, I'm still in work mode. Separate countries, and offered a handout to them. So,
and I mean, that's crazy because 2005, one of the largest disasters that ever hit the southern United States, so the United States period, was Hurricane Katrina.
Right.
Bush was on vacation then. Bush didn't even touch down in Louisiana first or Mississippi first. He went to Alabama.
Right. He never came. I don't think he ever went to Louisiana, did he? If he did,
it wasn't New Orleans.
Right. I understand there were some areas where you couldn't get to, but you're the president of the United States. We have National Guard people there, which Air Force. You know, we have several people of the branches of the military that's set up there. So of course you could have gotten there if you wanted to speak to these people. Go to the Superdome and talk to them. Be like, you know, this is what we're gonna try to do to help you. Everything, pretty much. Obama was like, every kind of emergency agency, any type of funds that's out there is for y'all. Pretty much. FEMA, MEMA, Red Cross, Blue Shield. Oh, that's insurance. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. All of them are available to you. And I don't recall, I know it was hard for these people, but these people, they're still recovering. A lot of the people that were majorly affected, but it wasn't as bad as Katrina. We still have people that are still living somewhere else that's not even in their homes yet.
It's still places right here in Mississippi that still got blue roofs.
Right.
And I mean, the response time from Bush was so poor. You gonna let half the city of New Orleans not only go underwater, but you got people that died waiting on help because due to heat stroke or they drowned or they starved, dehydrated. But we conveniently look over that, and when Obama is on vacation when a hurricane hits, he's criticized automatically.
Because he wasn't a psychic.
Was he supposed to have a meeting with God and be like, okay,
it's a tornado about to hit.
Okay, so I'm going to chill this weekend because it's a hurricane coming, but we'll just reschedule. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. And I'm personally ticked off about it because it don't...
He just got the, you can tell the frustration, but continue.
But yeah, it really doesn't make sense. Another thing we was talking about during the break was Obama bringing the troops home. To me, that's something to be celebrated.
Right.
But yet y'all criticizing them again. Our economy already bad. Where are these soldiers gonna work? What kind of benefits are they gonna receive? How is it gonna affect unemployment? When the fact of the matter is that Obama didn't set the deadline to bring the troops home. Bush did.
The same person who sent them over there in the first place. And also too, everybody talking about the economy or whatever. Really, the economy was already not what it was supposed to be. Everybody just started talking about it because it just started really affecting us. Because I'm 25, so in 2001, I was in 9th grade. I wasn't thinking about nothing but selling some CDs so I can pay my little phone bill. That was like $30 a month.
Selling what kind of CDs?
I used to make mix CD. Oh wait, that's against the law.
We'll fix this in editing.
Anyway, but you know, just like everybody, you know, a lot of people my age, they were like, let's say for instance, people that graduated from high school in 2001 were only 18. Of course, they were, you know, registered, you know, or old enough to register to vote, but at that age, you're really not thinking about economy. You're really not thinking about those type of things. I know a lot of teenagers aren't. They don't have the type of issues that we're dealing with today on their mind. So now, recently, everybody has just started really focusing in on these issues because it's really starting to affect more of us personally. And now I think that's why Obama's taking the heat for it, because he's the person we see. When it first started happening, we were children. We didn't know. So we didn't really think about, oh, well, Bush was the one who did it. He was the one who, you know, who was in office during this time. And then, I mean, you know, the economy was already not what it should be. But we were in this war for 10 years. A war that cost our government, which we taxpayers pay the government. So we, you know, essentially we were paying for this war, which you ask anybody, they're not gonna, what were we fighting for? What was the war about? What did it start about? Nobody can give you the same answer. Nobody really knows. Even the people that was over there
going to get the terrorists, then it turned out into
be about oil,
looking for
mass weapons of mass destruction.
Then it started off looking
Saddam
at
Hussein.
Saddam.
It was, I mean, and it's like,
we don't know.
What?
It changed like every week.
What
Let's
is
find
about?
out why we fighting now.
And it's like, this war was costing us billions of dollars per month.
And you wondering why you wondering why the United States going broke
per month. We talking about billions with an S of dollars a month for 10 years. It's 12 months in a year. Do the math. So that's why we trillions of dollars in debt.
That's it. But now y'all want Obama to be the miracle worker. You want him
come
to
up
come
and pull $1 trillion out his behind.
Okay. You want him to make it rain like a rapper. Be like, here you go, China. Here you go, Japan.
Right.
Here you go, Iran. Here you go. I still hadn't got my 40 acres and a mule yet. So I know Obama ain't going to pay no other country no $1 trillion to get us out of debt. So you know what y'all need to do? November is right around the corner. When you think about it, it's 10 months away. It's January.
Right.
It's time for you to get on the trail now. Start blazing the trail.
Instead
and
of figuring it out. Right. And if you have somebody in your community or a young person that may be lost, like, I don't care about that. That don't have anything to do with me. But the things that are going on now will affect them. Their Social Security, their Medicaid or Medicare when they're older, when I'm a senior citizen, will I have Social Security? Like, will these different funds that are available now, will they be available to me when I turn 65
and you know,
or 63?
that stuff already starting to disappear because when you go into Walmart, who the first person you see is the door greeter? Some lady. 75-year-old woman that's got to work every day to make a paycheck every 2 weeks so she can go home and have some food for herself and maybe for her cats that she live with. You know, so, I mean, you know them old ladies be using them cats and substituting them for kids when they get old. And,
I guess so.
You know, they get lonely and stuff. But we straight again. You need to blaze a trail because the Republicans, oh, they on the ball.
Right.
They coming out the woodworks trying to get Obama out of there. You got Mitt Romney, Herman McCain, you got Newt Gingrich, you got the woman, what's her name, Michelle Bachmann. And even people that's not running still want Obama out. Like, what's the woman's name from Alaska that was going to be vice president? I don't even remember her name. She's irrelevant.
Girl from Saturday Night Live.
Did a skit.
Okay. She reminded me so much of her, like, in real life. Yeah. I really thought that was her. Palin.
Sarah Palin.
Yeah, she
is
was
the crazy woman that can see Russia from her house.
Yeah.
How she...
I don't know how that happens, but okay.
But they coming out in mass numbers, and I'm not telling you to vote Democrat. I'm not telling you not to vote Republican. I'm telling you to know your facts before you vote. So, you know, next time you will realize, and I mean this time you should realize that if things don't go the way you want them to go in this country, you have nobody to blame but yourself because you go out to vote.
And then also, we have a lot of people that aren't registered voters. And I know when Obama, people can tell you, like, when Obama was running for office, I was like on it. I was like, are you registered to vote? Are you registered to vote? I was registering people to vote. Like, all I need is your address and your name and all this type of stuff. And they were like, well, I'm registered to vote. And you have a lot of college students that are registered to vote at home. But election day is normally on a Tuesday when we're normally in school. So are you going to be able to skip class or miss class and drive 3-4 hours away to your home just to vote and then come back to Hattiesburg, well, we're in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and come back here and try to go to work or do anything like that? That's unrealistic because you're not going to miss class. You're not going to miss work just to drive 4 hours, which is so much money in gas, which is a whole nother topic, just to vote for somebody you don't even know anything about. So why don't you, I'm sorry, you know, I get serious about this now, about people not voting, because these be the main people that's out here trying to complain about stuff, and they don't even go and voice their opinion.
Vote, it don't matter.
Don't say nothing about it. Don't talk to me about gas prices. Don't talk to me about how much taxes come out your check, because I know I'm getting hit up every 2 weeks on my check. So why don't you take the time for these people that are registered to vote, but they're registered to vote like 2 and 3 hours or even an hour away from where they're currently living, go ahead and register to vote here where you're living.
Right.
And find where your poll place is. That way you can just go 15 minutes down the street. You can do it on your lunch break. It only takes a second to punch a few names. And also, just not only the presidential election, we have so many other people like supervisors, superintendents, justice court judges, all that type of stuff. These people matter too because they're making decisions closer and more in your community. So there were so many people that fought. There are so many people that died. There are so many people that were mistreated, abused, went to jail. So we can be able to go and walk into a little building and punch a button or mark a ballot.
And
so why not take advantage of it?
If you know what you're voting for and you know all the facts, it won't take you any more than 5 minutes. Give or take the time that it takes you to get in line.
I think this past November, you know, with the, you know, like the community elections with the court judge and all that, when I went to vote, I mean, the line, it may look long, but it moves really quickly because they have several machines up. And you go to your machine, if you know who you're going for, and a lot of times, there's some, what am I trying to say? Some things people are running for, and it's only one person, it's only one candidate. So who else can you vote for? So, boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Next page, go on down, go on down. Next page, go on down. Then it's going to pop up what you did in the little corner so you can check it and make sure it's correct. Cast ballot. A whole 1 minute and 30 seconds. 90 seconds is all it takes.
So when we come back, we're going to have our closing thoughts, and we're going to give you information on how you can contact us for future episodes of the show.